Hi, my name is Cindy Latin from The Ride. My role in this 5-star production is as a performer, and today I'm going to do a continuation of the tutorial I started last week. This is part 2 of organizing a session in Pro Tools. So where we left off is I created a stereo auxiliary track for the drums called a drum submix and have sent all of the drums, or have changed all of the drums outputs to this submix. So now all the drums are going to be coming out of here. Another thing to do before going too much into that is there's groups over here on the side. And I find that grouping instruments together can be helpful when you want to manipulate certain parameters. So what you would do is you select everything that you want in this group. So I'm going to select all of the drums, and then Command G and name it. So I'll just say drums. And if you forgot something, you want to throw it in, you can. And that's it. And you click OK. But I'm not going to do it because I already made one, but that's just how you do it if you would like to. So the benefit of doing this, now if I click on my group drums, is that I can change certain parameters simultaneously within all the drums. And this is really, really good for comping, especially. Comping most importantly. So let's say, I'm going to show you with comping. So let's say I go, open these all up. See, they all opened up together because they're all grouped. It wouldn't have happened that way if I had only had one selected. So here we're looking at all their waveforms, as you can see. But if I click playlist, this is going to show all the alternate takes from the session when I recorded them. And let's say, with the drums, you don't have isolation of each individual part of the drum kit. Everything is bleeding into each other. You can't really, with a live drum kit, mix takes. I mean, of course, there are exceptions for certain moments and things. If it's just like one snare hit or something, sure. But like overall, you can't really do that. So let's say for all of them, I want to try out this different take. I want to try this take here, which is like the second one listed. I'm changing into slip mode. I was in grid, which means that any move I make like stays on the grid. But if I do slip, you can see I'm back in grid. Every little highlight I make is by the bar. But if I do slip, I can slice it any way I want. See, I could do that, I could do that. So I'm gonna stay with slip. It's more flexible for now. Let's say I want this little chunk all to be from part 2, or from take 2. So now if I select what I want, go over to the side and press the arrow up, it's changed here. See, it's pink, and it changed it there, and it changed everywhere else. Every part of the drum kit has now been replaced with that take in that particular moment. And if I undo it, it goes back for all of the kit. So that's really important when you're doing comping, to group them together. You can even make other groups that like kind of overlap in a sense. Like if I wanted to do all the drum kit with the rest of the rhythm section, I could do a group where it's like drums, bass, piano, guitar, rhythm section. And like, let's say I track them all the same day and there's a lot of bleed, like you can hear the drums in the piano because they were in the same room and you're going to want to use the same takes. That's a good way to be able to do that. So I hope that helps. That's a pretty important and useful trick, or I shouldn't say trick, but a tip for mixing and being organized. And I guess quickly I could throw in one other thing. Same with this group tool. Another thing you can do is if I open all these up for automation, volume, let's say, and I want to make this one particular part louder on the entire kit, I do command click, and then like make it louder. And now it's louder on all of them, as you can see. And if I undo, it'll go away. You can also just automate on the main, You can also just automate on the main drum submix down here. But you know what? There's always multiple ways of doing things. So I hope that helps, and good luck.